That's 7 seconds. All right, shalom, shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all honor, glory that's due to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Rakakwadash. Also want to give double honors to the elders and apostles of the great millstone, teaching the truth and sincerity, and also who rule well. Peace and salutations to the hopeful elect that scattered four corners of the earth, which you so-called Negroes, Latino, Hispanics, Native American Indians, the true Israelites that's coming out, the elect nation of Israel, and the nation that the Lord is dealing with, okay? This is Brother Yawanathan from GMS Detroit. Back at you with another lesson that was on my spirit. That's filtering things that's going on in the spirit, and just seeing and learning and growing, because we were getting into Romans 9 and 11. I'm sorry, 9 and 10, Salakia. And it's about the Jews of Jerusalem and the Israelite foreigners. And it just makes me think, how you get into reincarnation, Ecclesiastes. I'm sorry, Salakia, there's no new thing under the sun, Ecclesiastes. And these prophets right here are coming back. Okay, the ones that's just all commandments. You see that with the IUIC prominently, but then they scoff us, saying how these are faith-based Israelites. Okay, but we're gonna take that as a compliment. Okay, the scriptures say, I want to bring that out, without basically roughly paraphrasing, without faith, it's impossible to please the Lord, man. We put our faith in Yahweh Shai, not just the commandments. Yes, it's good to uphold them, because the Lord is not just going to deal with some, Israelite that can do willy-nilly. If you a believer, you're going to put your money where your mouth is. You're going to do what's being, told. So this is I'm gonna get another one in the book of Romans. I'm not sure if I should start at 10 or 6. I'm gonna start at 10. This is Romans 10. I'll start at 2. And it says, for I bear them record that they have a zeal of Yahweh, but not according to knowledge. For they are ignorant of Yahweh's righteousness, and going about to establish their own righteousness, and not have submitted themselves unto righteousness of Yahweh. And the main thing of the righteousness of Yahweh is to believe on Yahweh Shai. Okay? In our captivity, it is hard because we have to forbear all of the law, statutes, and commandments. If you break one, you break them all. Okay, and when you look at IUIC and the way they conduct themselves, they believe in, they got Christ. They be having lineups. They don't. When you get into Romans the 12th chapter, they're not diligently. Just grab that real quick. Grab this one. They don't, Romans 12 and 1. Beseech therefore, brethren, in the mercies of Yahweh, that you present your bodies a living sacrifice, wholly acceptable unto Yahweh, which is your reasonable service. So what we be doing, or like I said, what is the service of the Most High? To preach the gospel, to be a prophet, so on and so forth. We don't see these guys. If it's rainy, we don't see them. If it's cold, we don't see them. It tells you in season and out of season. So you breaking the statute right there. Okay. And what else? They said they got the lineups. to me, in my opinion, they breaking those. They like when it comes to the Torah, man, they breaking all that. Call us the grapists. Like I said, the lineups, even the head Bishop Nate. You'll see them with dreads. Not coming in season, out of season. The list goes on, man. So if you a faith-based Israel, if you're not a faith-based Israelite and you're all law, you gotta take record for that. And there's also records in Deuteronomy what will happen to a false prophet. I believe that's Deuteronomy the 18th chapter. But nevertheless, let me get this. This is Romans 6 and 14. It says, "For sin shall not have dominion over you, for you are not under the law, but under grace." All right, and 15 says, "Then what, shall we sin because we are not under the law, but under grace?" And it says, Yahweh forbid. So don't be all willy-nilly out here. Don't make that as an excuse so you can do whatever you want just to believe. Try your best to rehearse the righteous acts, man. Book of Judges, the 5th chapter. We rehearse the righteous acts. Anything that we can do, we gonna do it. Because we're still in this captivity under Esau, Edom. If we was to execute certain laws, we will we'll be under the prison. We will make the ministry, we will have blame towards the ministry, and we will give them an excuse where they should come for us even quicker. All right? Like I was getting to Leviticus, not Leviticus, but the other books of the Torah, one Jake, I forgot his name, big dude, who was eating swine flesh on Thanksgiving. That's an abomination. That's a transgression of the law. Nate in all shapes, forms, and sizes. Sakari with the pegging and stuff. You're starting to see and filter out who was the true and who's the false prophets. But like I said, we're not going to go on law, because the Lord is going to expose your weaknesses, man. So we want to be under that grace and mercy. Like, Lord, we're going to do our best in sincerity. Because, if you be a hypocrite, let me grab it. Romans the 2nd chapter. Getting to basically the point of being exposed. Slovakia. 1 second, let me read. I hope it's not 5. Yeah, sorry, this is Romans 2 and 16. This is in the day when Yahweh shall judge the secrets of men by Yahweh Shamashiach according to my gospel. And you starting to see things is going to be revealed in these days, all right? So that's why we put, we will do the best and, keeping the law to the best of our ability, because you don't have to get lineups. You don't have to cut your beard. But there's other avenues where you just can't help. Wearing mixed fabric. We're living in this kingdom, things is mixed with polyester, cotton, linen, so on and so forth. But you can't help that, because majority of this, you might can't find 100% something, but we're not living in the time of a righteous kingdom, man. We live in a kingdom of Esau, Edom. What does the book say? You know, the world was given into the hands of the wicked, man. Look at Esau, Edom. Look at Amalek. There's certain things that we just can't help. When I was saying if we was to keep these law, statutes, commandments, like what happened if we saw alphabetter walking down the street? What you supposed to do? You're supposed to put them to death. Well, we can't do that here. So what's up with that, man? And if y'all are all, and I'm gonna end it up on this one, if you guys over there in these other camps that's saying it's all law, keep the law, statutes, and commandments, let's grab this one. And then what do you say to that? Because you guys, y'all are pussyfooting around the name, man. And you can't have that. Oh, sorry. Some scriptures. So 1 John, though. It's 1 John 3 and 23, and it reads, and this is his commandment. So if y'all commandment prophets and all about the law, y'all should be doing this. It says that we should believe on the name of his son, Yahweh Shai Mashiach, and love one another as he gave us commandments. So why are y'all not calling like on a name? And he's a high tower. You know, what is his name and what is his son's name? You know, that it shows you guys are just nothing but prophets of confusion and hypocrites, man. But Lord willing, I hope this video was, you know, edifying. I didn't want to make it too long, storage and battery, but I had to do the work. But Lord willing, again, I hope this video was edifying for the sincere brother and sincere Aquath, sincere sheep. And again, I want to give all honor, glory, and praises due to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Rakakodash. And again, double honors to the elders and apostles, the great millstones teaching this truth and sincerity, and also who rule well. Peace, salutations to the hopeful elect. I'm going to close out. Say shalom, and on to the next lesson.